So, according to the New York Times, on January 22, 1919, January 22, 1919, that's going to be tomorrow, January 22, 2023 is a Sunday. January 22, 2023 is a Sunday. So, all the news that's fit to print, the New York Times has been putting all the news in the front page. You had this one, armistice signed into the war. So in 1919, January 22nd, it has been about 3 months and 11 days after the end of World War I. Berlin is seized by the revolutionists. A new chancellor begs for order. Ousted Kaiser flees to Holland. That's good. The Weimar Republic, Berlin seized by revolutionists, armistice signed into the war. This is all great news. Kaiser fought Hindenburg's call for abdication, failed to get army support in keeping the throne by George Renwick. Okay, so that's 3 months ago. We are talking about January 22nd, 1919. New York, Wednesday, 22 pages, 2 cents. That's how much it cost. The New York Times, 2 cents, 1919. All the news that's fit to print. I'm just going to read some headlines and then maybe read some of the other ones. So, what happened in 1919? Manuel ready to resume crown. Dominions seek to enter league. Lichnowsky plea for a just peace. Stevens to be heard. O Trans-Siberian Russian General Horoath to be co-director. Allies to speed up work on the road against deal with Soviets. Danish diplomat emphasizes the futility of treating with them. Call Wilson reactionary. Red leaders scoff at the president. And Lloyd George council is told our league plan up soon. Wilson expected to present memorial at full session late this week. Paris. I might read that one. Let's see. Council to decide on Russia today. Irish Assembly proclaims the Irish Republic. Declaration of Independence read to first Sinn Féin Sinn Féin Assembly in Dublin. Who did go to Dublin? Gaelic. They speak Gaelic. What are the Irish talking about? We don't know. They speak a whole nother language. They speak that damn Irish language. Meeting at the Mansion House. Evacuation of Ireland by the garrison of British troops is demanded. Appeal to free nations. Urges recognition of national statute. Right to vindication. Peace conference. Denial that Root or Taft will be Wilson's alternate by Richard something. Paris. Again, Paris with the Paris Associated Press. Liberal groups gaining returns of German vote. Predicted in Berlin that a socialist democratic alliance will control the convention. Ebert party faces a fight. Maybe in a minority if the opposition combines Copenhagen estimates. Rhineland for centrist. Weimar reported to have been selected as meeting place of National Assembly. Berlin, January 20th. That was the 22nd. So we're actually getting like 1 or 2 days. This is 1 or 2 days. Treason charge at wire inquiry. France had over 5 million men mobilized on January 1st, 1918. So 1 year ago. France had over 5 million men in the service. New York to ask courts to annul new phone rates. Service board orders attorney to join other states and fight on Burleson's order. Latest returns of the German elections show socialists lead for assembly seats. Following table shows definite elections to seats of the German National Assembly, as shown by the latest cabled returns. You got Berlin and Saxony, Wartenberg, Mecklenburg and Lubeck, Baden-Hamburg, Magdeburg and Halton, Franklin on Oder. And you had 55 socialists, majority socialists, independent socialists, 8 Democrats, 19 Peoples, 7 Christian People, 7 National, 14 combined, anti-socialist, 10. So, yeah, damn, people like socialism in Germany. A lot of socialists in Germany. The Supreme Council of the Great Powers hopes to formulate a concrete proposal on Russia at tomorrow's meeting. Early indications were that Premier Lloyd George's proposal to M. Fahan something, the French foreign minister, would again take form and having Soviet agenda come here. And 3 names of prominent leaders were mentioned as possible emissaries. emissaries, but this is now said to have been definitely superseded by a plan of inquiry or investigation without involving the presence of Soviet agents. Dane's testimony against the Soviets, the Danish minister to Russia, Harold Scavenius, who took charge of French interest on the departure of the ambassador, made a statement before the executive session of the council today on conditions in Russia, which also had a strong influence in determining that Soviet representatives should not come to Paris. He was the last of the ministers to leave Petrograd, and today he emphasized the futility of trying to conduct any intercourse with the Soviet leaders. The Polish question will come up at tomorrow's session, as well as the matter of Russia. It's understood that this connection, President Wilson has received information concerning the spread of the Bolshevist movement in Poland, where the Russian Red Army is near in Warsaw. It's expected that proposals will be renewed for the Allied armies to help the Polish army with war material, but this had not yet been decided. The official communique tonight also announced the question of procedure. The conference was discussed. Another full session of the conference. La-di-da-di-da. It's the motherfucking D-O-double-G Snoop Dogg. La-di-da-di-da. January 26th, the League of Nations plan is adopted. Peace conference acts on Wilson's plea, strongly supported by Lloyd George. Okay, that's what all that talk was about. So that's going to be January 26th. That's in 4 days from now. So we can't. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves, okay? One day at a time. This is enough. Do not look back on the past and be sad, for it is gone. And do not grieve for the future, for it is not yet to come. Just make the day as spectacular as you possibly can. And don't put off to the morrow what you can do for the day. I need to say morrow more. It sounds like such an asshole thing to say. Well, when you put off for the morrow, you sacrifice for the day. You're welcome.